Throughout the world, there are many countries that produce oil in some capacity. However, a select few are the most prolific producers of this invaluable resource. In this video, we'll take you through the 10 highest oil-producing countries on Earth to give you a sense of how each country makes its fortune and what they do with it. Number 1. Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world, and it has a lot of oil. In 2019, Russia produced an estimated 568 million barrels of oil, making it the second largest producer of oil in the world behind only Saudi Arabia. Most of Russia's oil production comes from its vast reserves in Siberia. In addition to being a major producer of oil, Russia is also a major exporter of oil. In 2019, Russia exported an estimated 252 million barrels of oil, making it the third largest exporter of oil in the world behind only Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Number 2. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the world's leading oil producer, with an output of more than 10 million barrels per day. The majority of Saudi Arabia's oil reserves are located in the eastern province, where most of the country's oil production takes place. The kingdom has been a major player in the global oil market for decades, and its production has played a vital role in meeting global demand. In recent years, Saudi Arabia has made significant investments to increase its production capacity, and it is now able to produce more than 12 million barrels per day. The kingdom is also home to the world's largest crude oil reserves, estimated at more than 260 billion barrels. Number 3. United States. With a production of almost 18.5 million barrels per day, the United States is not only the world's largest oil producer, but also its largest oil consumer. The country is home to some of the world's biggest oil companies, such as ExxonMobil, Chevron, and ConocoPhillips. Number 4. China. China is the world's largest oil producer, with an annual production of almost 15 million barrels per day. The majority of China's oil reserves are located in the northeast, in the province of Heilongjiang. China also has large reserves of shale oil, which is a type of petroleum that can be extracted from sedimentary rock. In addition to being a major producer of oil, China is also a major consumer of oil, using it to fuel its rapidly growing economy. As a result, China is heavily dependent on imported oil, particularly from neighboring countries like Russia and Kazakhstan. Number 5. Canada. Canada is one of the world's top oil-producing countries, with an average of 4,570,000 barrels per day in 2018. Canada has the third largest reserves of crude oil in the world, behind Venezuela and Saudi Arabia, with 169 billion barrels. The majority of Canada's oil production takes place in Alberta, where the oil sands are located. The oil sands are a major source of employment and economic activity in Alberta, accounting for over $100 billion in investments since 2010. In recent years, there has been increased interest in developing Canada's offshore oil resources in the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Number 6. Iran. Iran is the second largest oil producer in the world and has been so for many years. It has the fourth largest reserves of crude oil and is a major exporter. The country has a rich history of oil production, and its economy greatly benefits from it. Iran's main oil fields are located in the northeastern part of the country, around the Caspian Sea. The majority of Iran's crude oil is exported to countries such as China, India, Japan, South Korea, and Turkey. In recent years, Iran has been working to increase its domestic refining capacity in order to meet the growing demand for oil products within the country. Number 7. UAE. The United Arab Emirates is a country located in the southeastern region of the Arabian Peninsula. The UAE is bordered by Saudi Arabia to the south and west, Oman to the northeast, and Qatar to the northwest. The UAE has an estimated population of 9.27 million people as of 2019. The UAE has an area of 83,600 square kilometers, 32,300 square miles. The UAE is a federation of 7 emirates: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, and Fujairah. Number 8. Iraq. Iraq is a country located in southwestern Asia. The majority of its terrain is composed of arid and semi-arid plains. Despite this, Iraq is one of the world's leading producers of oil. In 2018, it was estimated that Iraq produced 4.47 million barrels per day. This made it the fourth largest producer of oil in the world. Number 9. Kuwait. Kuwait is one of the world's top oil producers, and it has been a major player in the global oil market for decades. The country has a long history of oil production, and its oil reserves are among the largest in the world. Kuwait is also a major exporter of oil, and its exports play a significant role in the global economy. Number 10. Venezuela. Venezuela is located in South America and is home to the world's largest oil reserves. It is also one of the founding members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. In 2016, Venezuela produced 2.37 million barrels per day, that of oil. However, due to the country's political and economic turmoil, its oil production has been declining in recent years. In 2017, Venezuela's oil production fell by nearly 30% to 1.61 million BEP. The country's oil sector is state-owned and has been plagued by mismanagement and corruption.